It's been quietly watching over us for 25 years, drifting above while life continued below. But soon, it's going to fall. And most people won't realize it until it's already happening. The International Space Station, a powerful symbol of global cooperation, will be gone by 2031. Not because we want to let it go, but because we have to. So why are we preparing to shut down one of humanity's most ambitious projects in space? And what if something goes wrong before we get the chance? By 2031, the ISS will be deliberately taken out of orbit. Yes, brought down on purpose. And the reasons behind that decision are more urgent, more complex, and more unsettling than most people realize. I am Jay, and you are watching Astrosium. Let's get to the topic. Before we talk about the end, let's take a second to appreciate what the ISS gave us. It's more than just a structure in orbit. It's a triumph of collaboration between countries that don't always see eye to eye. Because of ISS, we discovered how the human body adapts to space. We grew plants in zero gravity. We even studied the effects of long-term spaceflight, critical data for our future missions to Mars. It has been our only lab in space, our diplomat, and our first real step toward living beyond Earth. By the way, what do you think is the ISS's greatest achievement? Drop your thoughts below. We might pin the best one. And let's not forget its political significance. At a time when earthly tensions were high, the ISS stood as a rare alliance. NASA and Roscosmos worked side by side, sharing space, tech, and trust. But with shifting global politics and Russia hinting at pulling out, the future of this cooperation looks increasingly uncertain. The ISS isn't just getting old, it's on life support. After more than 2 decades battling the brutal environment of low Earth orbit, radiation, extreme heat and cold, constant micrometeoroid threats, it's starting to wear down. Imagine an aging aircraft that's been flying nonstop since 1998. Eventually, you reach a point where repairs don't make sense anymore. That's where we are with the ISS. ISS costs over $3 billion a year to operate. That's billion, with a capital B. And for what? A growing number of voices, including policymakers, are asking if this money could be better spent exploring new frontiers. Let me ask you, if you had a $3 billion annual budget, would you maintain an aging house or build a new one on the moon? By the way, would you keep the ISS going or fund a new lunar base? And here's the twist. While the ISS prepares for its retirement, China is just getting started. Their space station, Tiangong, is up and running, modern, and actively expanding already. I actually made a full breakdown of ISS versus Tiangong, if you're curious how they compare. You can watch that video after this one. I will leave the link to that video in description box below. NASA's current plan is to safely deorbit the ISS in early 2031, bringing it down into a remote part of the Pacific Ocean known as Point Nemo, a region often referred to as the spacecraft graveyard. Point Nemo is the oceanic pole of inaccessibility, meaning it's the farthest point from any landmass on Earth. It was finalized as the re-entry site because its extreme isolation minimizes risk to human life and property, making it the safest location for controlled spacecraft crashes, including past missions like Mir and resupply cargo ships. A specialized vehicle, likely a modified Progress spacecraft, will guide it down in a controlled descent. It's poetic, really, a slow fall from the heavens after years spent orbiting above our heads. But here's a chilling thought. What if something goes wrong before 2031? The ISS has already experienced small air leaks, failing hardware, and dangerous encounters with space debris. One serious failure, and we might be forced into an emergency shutdown, or worse, an uncontrolled descent. With space junk increasing and the station aging fast, it's not just a question of when we retire the ISS, but will we even make it that far? Do you think the ISS will make it to 2031 safely, or are we pushing our luck? But the end of the ISS isn't the end of human spaceflight. It's the beginning of something bigger. Private companies like Axiom Space and Blue Origin are already designing the next wave of space stations. NASA plans to shift its scientific research and microgravity experiments to these new platforms. But here's the catch. Transitioning to private stations means public science will depend on commercial agendas. Will the pursuit of knowledge take a backseat to profit? Instead of one aging outpost, imagine a network of specialized stations for research, manufacturing, even tourism. The shift from public to private is real, and it's happening fast. Which would you trust more with the future of space? Government agencies or private companies? Let us know below. The ISS isn't just hardware, it's history. It's where nations shook hands above Earth. But just like the end of a great book, its last page has to turn. And maybe that's okay. Maybe the legacy of the ISS is not just what it did, but what it made possible. Lunar bases, Martian outposts, private colonies, all of it starts by letting go. So now the question isn't, why retire the ISS? The real question is, what future are we ready to build next? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This is your moment to be part of the conversation. And don't forget to subscribe so you're here when the next chapter begins.